Hey, thanks for joining us on today's Infinity Matrix live stream. Please consider this our gift to you as an exploration into the spiritual realm, the universal architecture of infinite possibilities. Here we teach, explore, experiment in order to share with you the secrets of the universe and its abundance of life-changing knowledge. Please remember to click subscribe and ring that bell to stay up to date with all of our continuing content.
Finally.
Yay, we're live. All right. You know, everyone has got at least one. And which archetype shows up most for you? In analytic psychology, they are a structural component of the mind that derives from the accumulated experience of all humankind. These inherited components are stored in the collective consciousness and serve as a framework through which individuals view the world. These also serve as the major foundations from which the structure of the personality is built out of the reflection of ideas that have been built into a mass conscious subconsciousness. So in short, the archetype is the original model or prototype that all subsequent models usually resemble in some manner. From birth, we learn the initial design of our personality, where most, but not all modeling comes from our parents or our primary caregiver. Now we need to learn how to optimize your traits and eliminate any incongruencies.
All right, welcome everybody. I know we've got a little late, but we had some tech issues with Facebook, of course. So welcome to episode 95. Want to become unstoppable? Do you? Do you really want to become unstoppable? If so, a part of you needs to show up. But the question is, which part? Today, we discuss those archetypal parts of you and the roles you have assigned to them. And we're going to also talk about how you expect them to perform within you and from others around you as well. And by the end of the stream today, you will have the experience of building the archetype you need into a powerful resource for success in your life. Stick around. I've got a really awesome trance induction for you guys today. As you join us today, let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Just go ahead and let us know what city, what country you've allowed us into your space to share this time with you. And we have an awesome live stream for you today. And again, a nice surprise for those of you who stick around. All right. Please use the comment section to drop any comments, any shares, any insights, any questions while you're here. We'll do our best to keep an eye on them and really appreciate you when you interact with us. So please do that. It helps to make sure that you are finding value from the content we give you. All right, my name is Gary Johnson. This is my partner, Ross Arnson. Every week, we commit to bringing you high-quality, real-life topics to offer suggestions and ideas for hacking what we call the Infinity Matrix. In other words, your inner and your outer experiences of reality and that place where they both converge into infinite choices. If you are new to our content, you can find the previous 94 episodes, 94 shows on our YouTube channel at the handle is at Infinity Matrix. So that's the @ Infinity Matrix, where you will also find numerous interviews we've done. You'll find, and if you subscribe, you'll also get notifications of when we add new content. Since we pride ourselves on our global reach, please go ahead. There we go. Go ahead and make sure you tell us in the comments where in the world you're tuning in from. Tell us the country and the city. Also, if it's your first time, drop us a hashtag first time. You can also join our free private Facebook group to make sure that you don't miss any of our content and get the opportunity to interact with an amazing community of like-minded people. All you have to do is go to Ross already placed it there. So all you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/the infinite matrix. And all we ask is that you just answer the three simple questions to get automatically accepted into the group. And then you can join our VIP list as well. Okay. It's our way of weeding out the spammers to make sure that we keep the integrity of the group positive and empowering in the communication amongst the members. Okay. So thanks for being here. Let's get them started, Ross.
All right. Have you ever gone to the circus or perhaps the fair and walked through the house of mirrors? You're lurched out of your reality and come face to faces with the infinite number of reflections of yourself, and of yourself, and of yourself, and of course, of yourself. And with each one representing a possible version of one of your own archetypes. They're there. They look just like you, yet a little different. And everyone and everything is the same one thing, manifesting in innumerable ways simultaneously. Because you, as the creator, knows yourself to be one, while at the same time to be one thing and also a composite of many variations of creators, each to be brought forward, experiencing the self and creating self as you deem it necessary. You know, Aristotle once said, give me a child until he is age 7, and I will show you the man or the woman. And guess what? You've been taught archetypal psychology all or most of your life without even knowing it. It likens itself to a polytheistic mythology in which it recognizes the myriad of fantasies and myths and gods and goddesses, demigods, mortals, and animals that shape and are shaped by our psychological lives. In this framework, the ego is but one psychological fantasy within an assemblage of other fantasies where archetypes can be characters or structures. Most often they are referenced as character types. You've got your heroes and your villains and your sages and your anti-heroes and your tragic heroes and on and on and on. But archetypes can also be structural patterns within a literary framework. So modern society has simply brought these archetypes of the past into the present, transforming them with different names and different clothes and different stories, kind of. But the same general personality traits. From the travels of Ulysses to Atticus Finch to Tony Stark, we follow the escapades of our favorite heroes or characters, when all the while we wished that we were them, or some part of them, some characteristic. I listed these simply because they are well known and bigger than life. And it's a different list for everyone. Yours different than mine different than Gary's, and on and on. They don't necessarily have to be traits within a single person either. They can consist of groups of different individuals, each representing a particular trait. Modern examples would be some of your favorite TV shows, as an example. Big Bang Theory, or Friends, or one that my wife watches, This Is Us, and etc., things like that. Each character of the groups emphasizes a distinct trait, thus creating a fan base for that character, but actually for the trait that he or she portrays. So let me give you an even scarier example. Many of you have done the Who's Your Favorite Character game on Facebook. And, did you know that was really more of a psychological test than anything else. You know, they don't care about the show Friends or Star Trek or Star Wars. They want to know, where they're asking you who's your favorite character. Okay, but they're not they're not a fan club. They just want to know your prominent trait. It's just a psychological evaluation, because this is a very important part, because this becomes your biggest trait. So you want to understand that the archetypes aren't necessarily good or loving. Some identify with the anti-heroes, some with the villains, while others use archetypes as the standards for which they live and expect others to do as well. Whether it be family, friends, coworkers, or politicians as examples. When you feel disappointed, ask yourself, which archetype traits were you really expecting to come through? And you'll begin to see a pattern. So Dr. Carl Jung identified the 12 personality archetypes as the foundation of ancient works like the Odyssey. And we can also see them in contemporary stories like The Matrix is a perfect example, which is loaded with them. And Jung didn't invent archetypes. He simply saw the patterns in literature. To define his archetypes, he studied the symbols and the myths of many different cultures. And these archetypes represent behavioral patterns that make up different ways of being. They're also cultural symbols and images that exist in the collective unconscious. They're represented by character traits, but only the traits and not actually the characters themselves. So he once said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. And the latter being somewhat more of a disagreeable and therefore not very popular. And as I said, these are not particular people, they are personality traits. We all have some degree of each one of them within us. That's what this show is all about. We have versions, variations, combinations and primaries of each of these personalities. And obviously some are more dominant than others. So there are the 12 primary archetypes, and depending on your upbringing and life experiences, each may have an innate tendency to generate images of intense emotional meaning that expresses itself in relation to primacy of your human life. They're imprinted and buried deep down in your unconscious. And these terms define the characteristic primary traits that we all have. Since their conception, several subcategories have risen, but for today's discussion, we're just going to talk about the 12 primary ones as outlined by Jung. And as I go through them, people or situations of the past, the present, the future may pop into your mind and possibly generate maybe a visceral feeling. And that's fine. Just make a note of it so that you can kind of look at that later on in the day and kind of go, well, that was really interesting. Why does that trait give me a reaction? Where did that come from? Now, when we go through these 12 traits, they're not in any kind of order or priorities. I just randomly jotted them down. So the first one is going to be called the sage. Now, the sage is a free thinker. Sage's intellect and knowledge are their reason for living, their essence. They seek to understand the world and their being by using their intelligence and analytical skills. They always have a fact, a quote, or a logical argument on the tip of their tongue. Are you a sage? Do you know someone who's a sage? Do you know somebody who has those types of traits? Number two is the innocent. Now, the innocent seems to have read and absorbed every self-help book in the world. They're optimistic and always searching for happiness. The innocent sees the world it's as that there's good in everything. They want to feel well adjusted to the world around them. The innocent also wants to please others and feel like they belong. Is that you? Is that you some of the time? Number 3, we have the explorer. The explorer is a bold traveler. They set out without a clear path and are always open to novelty and adventure. The explorer has a deep love of discovering new places and new things about themselves. Now, the downside of the explorer archetype is that they're always searching for perfection and they're never satisfied. Then we have the ruler. The ruler is a classic leader. They believe they should be the one to bring order to any situation. The ruler is stable, strives for excellence, and wants everyone to follow their lead. They tend to have plenty of reasons why everyone should listen to them. And this is one of the 12 Jungian archetypes related to power. The ruler, and their desire to oppose or impose their will on others, can easily become a tyrant. Then we have the creator. I think, Gary, this is our favorite. The creator has a profound desire for freedom because they love novelty. They love to transform things in order to make something completely new. The creator is clever, nonconformist, and self-sufficient. They're imaginative and good-humored. However, they can also be inconsistent and spend more time thinking than actually doing. Okay, that's not us. And then we have the caregiver. The caregiver feels, oh, how do I want to put this? The caregiver feels like stronger than other people. Consequently, they offer maternal protection to those around them. They want to protect people from harm and try to prevent any danger or risk from threatening other people's happiness. In extreme cases, the caregiver turns into a martyr who constantly reminds everyone of their sacrifices. And then the magician. The magician is like the great revolutionary. They generate and renew not just for themselves, but for others as well. They're constantly growing and transforming. The negative side of the magician archetype is that their mood can be contagious, and they sometimes turn positive events into negative ones. Then we have the hero. The axis of a hero's life is power. The hero has an uncommon vitality and resistance that they use to fight for power or honor. They'll do anything to avoid losing. In fact, they don't lose because they never give up. The hero can be overly ambitious and controlling. And then number 9, we have the rebel outlaw. The rebel is a transgressor. They provoke people and don't care at all about other people's opinions. As a result, they like going against the grain and thinking for themselves. They don't like to be pressured or influenced. The negative side to the rebel archetype is that they can become self-destructive. Do you know anyone like that? And then we have the lover. The lover is all heart and sensitivity. They love, and love to lavish it on other people. Their greatest happiness is feeling love. They enjoy everything that's pleasing to the senses, and they value beauty in every sense of the word above it all. And then we have the jester. The jester likes to laugh, even at themselves. They don't wear many masks and tend to break down other people's walls. They never take themselves seriously because their goal is to enjoy life. As to where the negative side of the jester is that they can be lewd, lazy, and somewhat greedy. And then number 12, the last one, we have the everyman. The everyman character archetype is a representative of the audience. This archetype has to do with working hard and living a simple life. Their primary motivations are to have a sense of belonging and enjoyment. They crave creating and forging connections with people. So as we all have parts and pieces and variations of these within us, for the sake of this discussion, let us know, who's your primary? Let us know in the comments. Which one do you feel is your primary? And there is no right or wrong answer. These are simply you, designed by you and experienced by you. So your primary is the you of now, the traits that regularly run or guide your life's behaviors. This is who you choose to let the world see as on a daily basis. But I'm not talking about the false facades. In other words, putting somebody out because you think that's who everybody wants to see, but the real you. These are the one and only you. And from here, then you have your secondaries. These are the alternative traits you will call upon in different scenarios. And this is what this show is all about, is learning that you have all of these inside you and such, and then you just want to pull out the one that you need for the situation of the day. So let's say your primary is the jester. Well, that might not be appropriate if you were visiting a grieving friend. You would probably call upon the caregiver, or perhaps the everyman, every woman. Or your primary is the lover and someone is being victimized. Well, then perhaps you would call upon the hero, or perhaps the magician. That's where my preference is the jester. I feel that you can diffuse just about anything with humor. Another primary is the ruler. How would this as a primary handle a sick family member or a friend? I want you to start feeling better right now and write me a report about it in the morning. It probably wouldn't work very well. But they may tap into their caregiver or innocent to lend support or comfort. You see how these become tools? And when you know that they exist, you can refine them. And then you start to know when the right one needs to come about. All of these, in their own way, are abilities, traits, or mindsets that you will use for specific instances to allow yourself to become unstoppable. They all exist within you. They always have, each fulfilling a role to better take you through the obstacle course we call life. The difference is now you have awareness of them to make better choices as to which ones will best optimize the ideal version of your future self. When these choices are fettered out, incongruencies will fall away, and a clearer, more concise thought stream is then transmitted out into the infinity matrix. And now, Gary has something very, very special for you.
Awesome. Sorry, my mic was muted there. Yeah, and I think that the when you look at it, you can start to see how we develop these stories about, how we live our lives, or, what's going on for us and that kind of stuff. And it's because within the story, you've got these archetypes that are playing the different characters. And, as we mentioned here, the key is to look at what are all the different aspects of the archetypes that you've got that are already within you, that you can pull upon or borrow for specific situations and circumstances. And if you don't feel that you have the archetype established enough or practiced enough, then what do? All right. What if you don't have that hero? You haven't practiced it enough and you need it at a certain time. What if you need that gesture at certain times, but you just haven't been able to tap into it in your life, or you've shut it out and haven't allowed it to come to the forefront? Well, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to put you in a process where I'm going to take you through a guided trance induction, where we're going to get you to become the star of your own life change network. Nice. All right. And so that's what we're going to do for you today. I'm going to just switch over to a screen share. And Ross, if you can kind of go off screen, and then I'm going to bring on some audio. Go off screen, but don't mute yet, Ross, so you can give me a sound check. Okay.
You got it.
All right. So that, there, share that, and then music. Let me know how the audio is. Can you hear it?
Yeah, you're good. Yep.
Good audio?
Yep, right there.
Perfect.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so for this process, if you all could, first of all, first and foremost, if you're driving or operating a machinery of any kind, and I know that someone already said they're driving and listening, you can listen to the process, but please listen to it as if you're listening from a distance, okay? Do not follow the relaxation or the eye-closing suggestions that I give. You can kind of get an idea of the process by listening and, listening without participating if you're driving operating machinery. If you are in a place where you can sit down or lay back and relax, please go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable position right now. And as you find yourself in that comfortable position, you can start to listen to the sound of the music coming into the background. And as you find yourself there, I'd like to ask you just to close your eyes and listen to the sound of my voice for a while. And just keep them closed until I tell you to open them. And imagine that we were sitting in the front of the screen of your choice at home. It could be a television, a computer, a tablet, or even your smartphone. And I want you to think about your favorite type of program, your favorite type of content that you like to consume. And your device automatically displays your own personal life change network, filled with a variety of your favorite shows, clips, channels, movies, and other programs. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in deep, and as you exhale, see how quickly you can begin to notice the feelings of calmness and relaxation moving through your body. With each breath, you can continue to feel more calm and relaxed. Just go ahead now and pick one of the programs that you'd like to play and notice the details. But especially put your attention on the part of that program that you enjoy the most. And in just a moment, with your eyes closed, I wonder if you could imagine seeing your favorite program being projected out in front of you from your mind's eye. But not before knowing that as you continue to breathe, you can keep feeling more calm and relaxed, more peaceful and safe. You may find yourself turning on the screen of your choice now, and in your mind, you begin to watch this program on the screen. Notice all of what you can see. Listen to what you can hear. Some people notice the picture begins in a black and white image before they realize they can add color. Go ahead. And perhaps even dimensions that cannot be easily attained on a regular device. Enhance the sound so that it is a rich and vibrant experience. Now, just take a few moments to drift deeper into relaxation as you really enjoy this experience of watching your favorite program in a new way. As you watch that program, change in your mind the position you are in, so that you are laying on the couch or sofa or a relaxing bed. And as you are there, time passes by, laying there in your mind. Relax even more. Time slowing down. In fact, perhaps you can remember that time when you found yourself laying there, trying so hard to keep your eyes open, but the heaviness of your eyes and the natural pull of gravity from the earth worked so well together that the harder you tried, the more difficult it became to try to stay awake. If you can even get a glimpse of that type of memory, then it's important to understand that that's a trance now. Even as you think about that, notice as you lay on the sofa or on your bed and try to stay awake in your imagination, your eyes get heavier, more sleepy, more relaxed. So heavy, so relaxed, so sleepy that you feel compelled to just let go, even deeper now. And there's no need to pay attention consciously to what I'm saying, because you're hearing me at another level of the mind now. As perhaps you might remember those sensations of drifting in and drifting out of awareness of what's being said. And continue trying, watching that program, by closing your eyes, your mind open to receive the messages you need to hear. With that program in the background, it's only a matter of time when you will feel the urge to change the channel to a new program. But really, there is no need to pay attention to what I'm saying consciously, because you can find it more relaxing and more enjoyable to continue relaxing and enjoying that special program. By keeping your eyes closed and perhaps immersing yourself even more with each and every relaxing breath. Sometimes it's interesting how doing something we enjoy can really make time fly. Sometimes it just stands still. Because moment by moment, chunks of time can just speed up and pass by. I'm not sure if you can notice that in just a moment, that first program will finish and we will change to a new one, a program specifically designed for you. This is on the Life Change Network, where all day long and even into the wondrous dream times of night, there are special programs going on, even when the screen of your choice is turned off. Life changes are still being broadcasted directly to the receiver in your mind. That's right. And these programs will instill in you new ideas, new beliefs, new behaviors, which are all directed by your most revered director of all time. You. You will see compelling programs that will show you how to overcome problems of the past and get rid of them completely. You are the director of your life, and you are the main character starring in your own stories. And the best part is that you get to write the screenplay. You get to design your dream character for the lead role. And so you understand that you must form new identities, identity of who you are and how you see yourself. And then make the conscious decision to grow into that character, which can effortlessly achieve the dream of your choice. And in this mental construct, go ahead and use the power of your imagination and act as if you already embody this new character and fully embody this new identity. And what may seem impossible or even difficult or challenging for you right now will become a simple daily habit, something you do for pure enjoyment when you embody this new character, this new archetype. So go ahead and pick one archetype you'd like to have more access to in your life, and think about how you would describe that version of you. The version of you that can effortlessly achieve all your dreams and goals. Go ahead and formulate all of what that means to you and really think about it. Think about how you will know that archetype is present in your life. Where will it be? When will it be there? How will it feel? And what are the things that it does for you? Take a moment and begin to wonder about the skills and the strengths that you will achieve when this archetype is present in your life. That's right. With this new character and the new characteristics, with these new aspects of yourself working for you, notice how you can effortlessly take the right actions towards writing your life story the way you desire it to be. Examine these new strengths and how they compare to what you had before this archetype was welcomed into your life. And notice how you can set yourself free from any limitations, fears, or negative conditionings of the past. Just let them go. You no longer serve them, and they no longer serve you. As you enjoy this mental role play, which one of the new habits will you enjoy the most? What is the limitation, fear, or negative conditioning that you look forward to transforming or letting go of completely? And how will that translate into your day-to-day living? In the places you go, around the people you interact with the things you do and the results you get. Imagine. Imagine how that will look from the perspective of others observing you. And most importantly, how it will feel from deep down in your core. What stories are the new chapters of your life going to tell? How will you see yourself in the mirror, looking deep and seeing beyond the external reflection and reflecting on the depth of empowered transformations that have occurred because you are becoming more of your fully empowered self? You are becoming the author of all the programming that is on your life change network. You now understand that sometimes you can just get lost in a program that is truly enjoyable, so much so that you can even drift into a state of entering that world as your reality, as your real world, a reality that is like a dream, but you are fully awake within it. A place where your mind could just drift deeper and deeper into alternate storylines and infinite possibilities, like drifting wonderfully in a dream. It becomes a trance you take to sleep as you get ready to change the channel. Just take a few moments to drift even deeper into a transformational mindset. And when my voice returns, it will seem like the introduction to a new and inviting program, which will become clear and easy to understand at all levels of the mind because it is written, directed, and acted out by you. So if you can, go ahead and take another deep and wonderful breath. And as you exhale, drift deeper still before you change the channel when you hear my voice next. That's right. You are now the director of your life. And you are the main character starring in your own story. And the best part is, you get to write the screenplay and design your dream character for the lead role. Understanding the new identities, the new archetypes that you will need, making conscious decisions to grow into those archetypes when you need them, where you need them, how you need them. That's right. Beginning to wonder about those skills and achieving new results. Enjoying that mental role play. Thinking about the new habits you will enjoy the most, the limitations, fear, or negative conditioning that you look forward to letting go of or transforming. and all those wonderful stories with new chapters of your life. That's right. And in that place where reality is like a dream, but you are fully awake within it. A place where your mind could just drift deeper and deeper into those alternate storylines. That's right. Like drifting into that wonderful dream, it becomes a trance you take to sleep. Remembering back to those times, those experiences when you tried so hard to stay awake. And the harder you tried, the more sleepy you became. And the more sleepy you became, the more difficult it was to remain consciously alert. So you begin to drift deeper by the moment. The seconds can seem like minutes. The minutes can seem like hours. And the hours can seem like days. Comfortable and relaxed, moment by moment. And the very moment you let go of that consciously alert moment is the very moment you've drifted so far that you might as well just let go now, drifting off into sleep, if it's a time and a place to sleep. Sleeping deeply and comfortably, enjoying the most restful sleep that you can begin to imagine. And knowing that that's only the beginning of just how wonderful these stories can be. So if this is your time and place where it's appropriate to drift off into a deep and restful sleep, then drift away into that wonderful land of dreams. The land where you will choose to have compelling dreams of your bright and wonderful future. And here, your perception of time can change. It stretches out. The moments between the moments can seem to last forever. Or no time at all. So when you wake at your usual time in the morning, you will wake up fully alert, completely relaxed, and at ease. You will awaken within you a compelling desire to feel better, to have more energy, to accomplish your goals, and to search for the happiness which resides in every single event in your waking and sleeping life. So put all that aside for when it's time, because now it's time to decide if it's time to sleep or time to be awake. And if it's time to sleep, then drift, sleep, float, sleep, dream, sleep, rest, peaceful, deeper, deeper, comfortable and safe, sleep, and take this trance to sleep. And have sweet dreams. But if it's a time and a place to be awake and alert, then you will hear my voice, counting from 1 to 5, bringing you back into full awakening consciousness. 1, coming back to the sound of my voice, more aware of the sound of the music, maybe if it sounds in your environment. 2, more awake, more alert, feeling your body and the sensations of your breathing and the position of your body, coming back to awakening state of 3, more awake, more alert, perhaps stretching the fingertips of the toes, or even just feeling the energy moving through your body and your spine. 4, coming all the way up, almost there, all the way back now, more awake, more alert, coming all the way back. And 5, all the way back, eyes open, wide awake, ready to live the new story with all of your new characteristics and all of the new archetypes working harmoniously and perfectly for you. All right. Welcome.
Another wonderful one. Way to go.
Welcome back. Just let us know in the comments what that experience was like for you. Did you enjoy it? Hopefully you did. Which archetype did you choose? Which one came to mind for you? And did you have one or two or more that popped in that you wanted to try on and play and do some role play and practice with, and to invite them more into your experience? And if you want to, you can even share about your new story that you have in place for yourself. What's the new story that you're stepping into? How's that archetype going to be there? Okay. We will edit out just the induction. There's about 20 minutes or so. We'll take that out of the stream and have it as a standalone. And we will have that for those of you who want to listen to it more often and on, repeat right before bed, so you don't have to search through the whole stream to find the beginning. We will add it to our YouTube channel and also in the private group for you to access. So make sure you jump in the private group. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. And again, the private group is facebook.com/groups/the Infinite Matrix. And then the YouTube, if you just drop the YouTube handle in the comments there again, Ross, is at Infinity Matrix, and you can find our content there as well. All right. So that's our stream for today, this week, everyone. Let me take a look at the comments, see if anyone's very calming. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. This has been very helpful and supportive. Awesome. Yay. I have another meeting to attend. Hope to continue to receive your services. Awesome, Colleen. Well, thank you for being here. Good. I have sad because I need to feel stronger. Yeah. So all of what you just said there, Colleen, I know she had to step out. She did a bunch of comments there. If you're watching the replay here, doing the process we just did here will help with a lot of that if you focus on specific scenarios, situations, and have that archetype step into that and rewrite the story in your mind, and then notice what happens in your waking state. All right. So again, that is our stream for everyone today. I hope you enjoyed it. We are here back again next week. So every Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, you can come and catch us here, wherever you're watching us right now. And that's our stream. So until next time, we dare you to be exceptional. The only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. I say it every week. Be well, everyone. See you soon.
We'll see you
Thanks
later.
for being here.
Bye-bye.
So we truly hope you enjoyed this latest live stream. Each week, we bring you the best in cutting-edge techniques and processes to help you better yourself and create the reality you desire. In order to stay notified for more live streams like this, as well as any upcoming interviews, master labs, or time clips, be sure to click the like button and ring that bell. As a matter of fact, you might be ready to step things up for yourself. You see, everything and everyone you've been exposed to in our live streams all have one thing in common. They've harnessed their own potential, claimed their badass self, raised their game, and leveled up. Whether it be in business, personal, romantic, for whatever dimension of life you choose, there's always a next level. So we encourage you to rekindle your passion, your purpose, and spirit, and step it up, and register for our next free 5-day badass challenge. The link is below, and we are excited to see you take a leap into a new reality that only you can imagine.